Welcome back to Reality NSFW. Before we get started tonight, here's a quick word from one of our newest sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Four Sigmatic, a wellness company that is known for its delicious mushroom coffee. That's right, I've been drinking mushroom coffee for the first time my entire life this week, and I love it. Now, Four Sigmatic's mushroom coffee is real, organic, fair trade, single origin Arabica coffee. That's right. With lion's mane mushroom for productivity and chaga mushroom for immune support. So, in case you've been wondering, I've been starting my day with Four Sigmatic's ground mushroom coffee with lion's mane instead of regular coffee, and I love how it helps me focus so I can get shit done. It's amazing, and I absolutely feel an uptick in my productivity every time I drink it. It helps me focus like nothing else. Mushroom coffee is easy on my gut and doesn't leave me with that awful jittery feeling or midday crash. All Four Sigmatic products are organic, vegan, and gluten-free. Plus, every single batch is third-party lab tested to ensure its purity and safety, so you know you're getting the highest quality coffee and mushrooms possible. Now, you're probably thinking, does this coffee taste like mushrooms? I can guarantee it tastes like the coffee that you love. It brews dark and nutty and tastes incredible. And over 20,000 five-star reviews, and best of all, Four Sigmatic backs their products with a 100% money-back guarantee. Love every sip or get your money back. Now, we've worked out an exclusive offer with Four Sigmatic on their best-selling mushroom coffee, but this is just for Reality and SFW listeners. So get up to 40% off plus free shipping on mushroom coffee bundles. To claim this deal, you must go to foursigmatic.com/survivor. This offer is only for Reality and SFW listeners and is not available on their regular website. Once again, save up to 40% and get free shipping. So go right now to foursigmatic.com/survivor. They love it when we use that. And fuel your productivity and creativity with some delicious mushroom coffee.
Welcome back to our coverage of the challenge. I'm Zack Hacker, and I am in a veritable reality TV den of thieves tonight. We've got Jonny play. He lies. We've got Marie Roda. She fights. We've got Ashley Millionaire Mitchell.
She wins.
It's so good to see you all. How are you doing?
I had a pretty stressful day, Zack, Ashley, and Marie. I was making lunch for my daughter, Piper. She's 12. She turns 13 in 2 days. And she was by the microwave. And I was about 4 feet away. And she goes, Dad, I'm dizzy. And I'm like, okay. And then I see her shoulders slump. And so I go to her. And then she kind of falls into me. And I'm like, okay, this isn't funny. And then she's just dead weight on me. I'm like, okay, I don't get the joke. And then I see her eyes roll back in her head.
My God, Jonny, you're giving me an anxiety attack.
I'm like, what the fuck? And so I rush her to the recliner. I set her down and she starts to turn blue and I'm fucking shaking her and I'm screaming at her. And I'm, it felt like forever, but it was a minute total from everything. And then she's like, what? And I'm just like, what? And she was just like, she goes, did I pass out? And I'm like, yeah. Scariest thing ever. Take her to the emergency room and they run the EKG and everything. And they're just like, yeah, it happens to girls, puberty. And I'm just like, what?
Should never happen to me.
Yeah. So no,
Wow.
welcome to 2021 and everything in milk and beef and everything else that very frightening, very frightening.
Yeah,
But I did learn that when someone passes out, to lay them down because it lets the blood go to their head sooner. So I know that going forward, and hopefully this never happens again, but anyone out there, if someone that you know passes out in your arms, lay them down and don't put them in a fucking recliner like dumb Jonny. But I mean, you know, I think I did kind of good, but now I know how to do really good.
Yeah.
Well, experience. I was going to come in here hot and make a comment about the mushroom coffee because I feel like I'm sold. I was going to say, Jonny, is that where you get your energy from? This whole time I thought it was cocaine.
So what? 10 years ago, yeah, but no, 2021, I save little girls' lives and I drink mushroom coffee. So,
Love it. Love it. Our hero.
Natural cocaine.
So Marie asked me earlier, she goes, Jonny, like, you know, I know you like to do podcast prep and stuff, and I do. And I'm looking at my sheet here. I only have one question. Ashley, oh yeah, what's your ring size?
Yes, Jonny.
I just needed to
Jonny,
know.
I love you. Lady,
Well,
I'm a handful. It's not just for TV. Marie will tell ya.
I can see that you're two handfuls.
Bang, bang.
This is going to be a fun podcast.
That was a good one.
Thank you. So, well, as you can tell, I'm a hero. But let's talk the episode. Holy moly! We're going to do this in chronological order. So, and of course, this is a spoiler-free podcast. So the episode starts. Fessy is not Corey's friend, and apparently no one else's friend at this point. So we're going to get to a point in which the episode changes and the season changes, as far as I'm concerned, for the better going forward. And you show up. So until this magical moment, we'll pretend you're not there yet, Ashley. Okay, which it pains me.
Killing it, Jonny. Killing it.
Oh my
But
God.
there's a light at the end of the tunnel, so we're okay.
Love it.
All right, so what is everyone's take on it? Because Marie, we didn't have you here last week, and Zack and I have discussed it briefly because it was kind of more of an initial reaction type deal. What's everyone's thoughts on Fessy kind of fucking over his boy?
Yeah. Not a Fessy fan. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't enjoy him. I've actually heard from a couple of people on the cast, not Ashley, that he's not the coolest person to be around in general, regardless. But that being said, I mean, he's gone on like a social media tour the last like week or so because of everything that's going on. And it's kind of like, that's fine. But like, if you're saying that you don't care, you're doing a lot for somebody that doesn't care.
Yeah.
No, he cares.
Oh yeah, he definitely loves like the fans and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like the attention he gets from the fans for sure.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
I was gonna say anyone who does. I mean, me and Marie at least we don't enough to.
Then that's what I want him to do.
Well, like I'm not the biggest Johnny Bananas fan, and like, but I will say this is the funniest thing I've seen. Like Fessy posted something. It's just like, yo, I don't read the comments, so I don't really care. Blah blah blah. And Johnny Bananas posted, it's just like, I did, and they're really mean.
No, we didn't. Oh my God. I swear, you can hate Jonny, but he's funny as fuck. Like he is.
I just think that absence makes the heart grow fonder.
For sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
I because of my hiatus, I did prepare today, and I took some notes.
Whoa! Who is this? Who replaced Marie this week?
I actually watched the episode. Okay. I saw things a little bit clearer this time, but I did make a comment about this first scene, and it was Tori goes hard for her mans. She does. She always goes hard for her mans. Yeah. Like she came out there, guys. I'm just saying. If you don't know,
her man was Jordan, who was at home, but yeah.
But why did she think she was doing Josh a favor by not giving Josh the opportunity to do the only one he thought he could win?
I think that's bullshit. I think she knew. I think she just was doing Fessy and Anissa the favor. I mean, she's got the hots for Fessy, and Anissa's her best friend, so she was like, okay, you know.
That's where I'm at. Like she's. I think saying that she was doing Josh a favor was nothing but lip service. I don't like. I mean, the only favor Josh was looking for was to go into the fucking hall brawl. That was the only favor he was requesting.
Okay, so, however, Ashley, I did hear, well, only temporarily, because I tried to listen to the official challenge podcast, but my ears started bleeding. I'm just fucking with you. I loved it. Tori said that Josh was actually saying, don't put me in, that he didn't want to go in. So what's the rumor on the street? What do you know? Who's telling the truth here?
I wasn't there at that time. So, I mean, I was out living my best life in Iceland. That's when I had been eliminated. So, I really didn't hear anything about it. But honestly, I kind of believe Tori. You know what I mean? These Big Brother people definitely know how to manipulate the camera and say the right thing to make themselves look a certain way, you know? And I think that that's kind of what he was doing to maybe, I mean, I don't know. I don't know who to believe in that out of those two. It's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they both have their own agendas. And to be honest with you, I don't really give a damn about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Josh was obviously lying last week when he had the fake blow up with Jay just to give an excuse to battle Jay in a potential physical challenge. Because Jay did nothing to initiate that. It was just like, Josh, I don't trust him. It's like, why? Because he's in an alliance with us and shown nothing but loyalty. Yeah. But you perceive him as, you know, potentially the smallest male, you know, other than Michi. So you're gonna fake create this drama that isn't really there.
Yeah.
This is such a tricky back and forth because Josh and Fessy are both playing such erratic games. Like, I don't actually think there's too much logic going on in what either of them do. I think they're both pretty like flying by the seat of their pants in both of these situations. For example, Fessy's trying to make the case like, oh, you know, I was going to have to go against a friend either way. I was losing a friend either way. It was either Nelson or Josh. And he somehow pissed off Nelson and Josh and Corey. So wrong move, Fessy.
But, you know, I was just on a podcast talking to someone, and this is what I said. Like, if Marie was down there or Sylvia, like, I don't care if it was like, you know, something I thought I could beat them in, a puzzle or something. I would never put myself down there against a friend. If it really is a friend, that feeling of having to, like, go against your friend is horrible. No one would ever put themselves down there against a friend. I don't give a damn what you say. Like,
yeah, I think it's kind of a known thing for us, especially when we go into these things, that like inevitably you're going to have to go against your friends, right? Like, that's the name of the game, but like not until like the very, very last second.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's not even inevitably. I mean, like, there's 5 skulls for the guys, 5 skulls for the girls. Potentially, you could never go against your friend and get your fucking skull.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, and go against
with easier people. I mean, Fessy could, you know, if he's as good as he claims he is, that's what he's been saying all week for the past 2 weeks, how amazing he is, then he wouldn't care really who he goes against. But I mean, you still have, like you said, Michi up there, and a lot of people that are way worse than Nelson. Nelson was a track star. No, I mean, there are. I mean, Nelson is a good competitor. So, like, Fessy, if you're so good, why would you want to go against your friend who's also a good-ass competitor? I mean, Nelson almost got him. So I think he could have gone against someone shittier, you know what I mean, and had a much easier time, even if it wasn't Hall Brawl. There's many physical competitions, and, you know, supposedly you're so smart as well, then why would you? I don't know. It makes me mad because I would never, ever would put myself down there against a friend.
Yeah, weird move.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Marie mentioned Fessy all over social media. He also like released a video where he's like, I can beat every challenge competitor in the history of the challenge. I'm better than anyone at any challenge, any elimination. Throw me in there. No one can beat me. I
mean, but he just went to the final against Jonny Bananas.
I was like, what?
Yeah, so I have a question. Like, I haven't seen all the challenges. So, like, he's like won like 10.
Jonny?
No, Fessy. I mean,
Fessy hasn't won shit.
Yeah, I know.
And when he has one,
he can beat anybody at anything. Like, shouldn't he have like he should have like $10 million?
I know, for Mount Good. And you know what? We were talking about his like social game, and you were saying like how erratic it was, but that's the way it was on Big Brother too. He voted in his own alliance member on Big Brother, dude. Like, I was rooting for their alliance, so I was so mad. I'm like, are you stupid? Like,
yeah, what was it like?
Their own alliance.
Yeah, that was very frustrating to watch him have the wrong reads all season on Big Brother.
Yeah.
And
so Ashley, you watch Big Brother?
Oh, I'm a huge Big Brother fan.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. Just try podcasting. You hate it.
It's hard to watch now recently.
It's a lot easier to fast forward through it, and not take notes. I assure you.
Yeah.
So where conversely, watching the challenge, it's very difficult to take notes when you're really enjoying watching a show. So there is the other side of that. Yeah. So next we see the rookies are working together for the next challenge, and we learn that Tori and Anissa are possibly talking down to the rookies. Therefore, we now have a new alliance, the Itty Bitty Small Committee, and possibly one of the worst names in the history of alliances.
That's a fucking great name, bitch. Okay, first off, I love these girls. I love Amber. She's got like that New York attitude. She's so tiny. This girl's little, okay? And she's smart. She's sitting around. She's telling the girls what they have to do. And I don't care what anyone fucking says about, oh, you have to make your place in this game. Of course you do. But you're not going to make a name for yourself unless you last longer than an episode. So do whatever the fuck you have to do to get where you have to go. And I respect it. And I'm so here for the itty bitty little titty committee or whatever they are.
I think titties were brought up.
Well, maybe. Well,
and if so, Ashley cannot be a member of this group.
No, actually, I was working with, not the itty bitty titty committee, but I was working with those girls, actually. I was in the room with Big T, Amber B, and Olivia. And so all of us were kind of working together. Well, the first episode, obviously they weren't working with me because we really hadn't got to know each other yet. But once I got back in the game, I definitely was happy that all those girls,
Yeah, because they already hated Anissa and Tori by the time you got back. You're like, peace.
Ashley, weren't you talking to Amber?
They're horrible. I'm like, really? Tell me more. Oh my God, what did they do? They sound... But that's just so mean. I would never do anything like that. We should definitely all vote for them, right? All of us.
All of us.
Yeah.
All of us should vote for them. I agree.
Ashley, were you the one talking with Amber on the first episode? It was so well, I take it back. Not the first, the episode before the first episode when you guys move into the house. I want to say it was you, but I might be mistaken. But it was so funny because Amber's what do you do for a living? And I don't remember. I think it was you. It might not have been anyway.
You love this line so much.
Yeah, and she's just I'm a waitress. And it's just bitch, I do the challenge. That's what I do. Amber M, you're the only person in that house that doesn't do this professionally.
Yeah. We love a humble queen.
I'm like, well, when we're filming twice a year, it does take, we film for 2.5 months, So if you make it to the final, which I used to do a few seasons ago, if y'all remember, it takes it out of you. You need a few weeks to freaking recoup, don't you, Murray? It's exhausting.
Yeah. And you have to train. You have to train before.
Yeah, that's why I'm so curious about what happened when you came back. So we'll get to that part. Yeah. But I'm here for these girls, and I appreciate what they're doing. My first season was Battle of the Seasons, and it was heavy rookies. And that's the only reason why we got as far as we did. You have to, listen, no matter what. And you know what? In the majority of actually probably every other challenge that Anissa has been on, she'd be right there with them fucking putting that vote down, okay? This is how it has felt this way because she finds herself on the other side of it.
Yeah. Okay. So Marie, I'm sitting here watching when the itty bitty small committee is formed, and I'm just okay. My number one question going in this podcast is you know the lay of the land, you know the house, you know the people in this house, and you might not know the rookies prior to the season because they're obviously rookies. But at this point, you've seen enough to formulate your opinions of them as people and potential alliance members. Would you be working with this group, or would you be working with the veteran? Jonny,
we are the rookie wranglers. I love the rookies. We're always, Ashley's the same way. You bring in that new life, especially because the old ones, you
can't trust them. They'll have a reason to stab you in the back, and the rookies, you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like I can trust him more a lot of the time.
Yeah, and we're usually also the outcast of the larger vets, Ashley. So I'm pretty sure that's why we go with the rookies. But
That's fine.
You're fucking crazy.
yeah,
Okay, well, I was hoping you. I mean, because I think that there's a very lovable batch of rookies, especially Big T. I mean, I think she's one of the most lovable reality stars that I've seen on my television screen in years, and you know, for a plethora of reasons, and this week's episode, no exception, probably one of the greatest reasons. And so, like, I'm sitting there, I'm just like, wow. I mean, I love Marie. Like, please tell me that Marie would be working with them so that I could be rooting. You know, like. You know, I identify with Kyle and Devin, which, you know, you guys might not like, but that's
I like them once upon it. Well, I still like Kyle.
yeah. So, but I'm just like, you know, if I'm there, that's me. So that's who I identify with. And I'm just like, okay, like, you know, I know Devin doesn't like Amber M. So what would you know? So, but as I said, if you were there, Marie, I was just like, oh, please tell me that she would be working with them so I could root them equally. Even though I would not root against you, Marie, I would just like to root.
Well, you better not.
I would just like to root for you collectively in one big root.
She definitely would. I know for a fact because I've worked with both of the girls, and Big T is a lot like us, Marie. Like, they show, like, she gets this really sweet edit, but she's a fun, wild girl, too. Like, she has a lot of the similar stories that we have, for sure.
I get it. She's hilarious. Yeah, Nani kind of enlightened me, but I love her. The energy is everything.
So my three favorite moments in the show, the first two right out of the gate was, and not the biggest CT fan, admittedly, but CT going, ooh, Fessy's in trouble. Loved it, only to be followed by, ooh, Tori's in trouble.
Oh, yeah. I didn't
Double.
catch that he did it the same.
Yeah.
Double love.
Yeah, Big T and CT rubbing off on each other is my favorite thing this season. I love that they get this episode where they're the winners. We really get to relish their duo. It's so fun.
Yeah.
So then we discover that Devin is going rogue, first chance possible against Tori, and Tori did swoon me a little bit last week, but I'm sitting there going, hey, if I'm in the house, I'm Devin. Devin says this, I'm just like, I feel like I'm with Devin. I don't. Like,
all right, Jonny, we fucking get it. Okay, you like Devin.
But
I want to tell you one thing. I think about that whole Devin Tori thing, because I think Tori thought their little frenemy thing was just kind of a joke.
Cute.
Yeah, cute and a joke. And I think that Devin really doesn't fuck with her. And so I think that whenever, you know, she thinks he's joking and being cute and funny, but really he's being fucking serious. And I think he proved that by getting rid of her. Yeah.
I think so too, because like I had so many people people left comments last week and they're just like, Jonny, you should listen to other fucking podcasts because Tori said that they were faking it so they could go on a frenemies challenge. And I'm just like, yeah, that's great that she might feel that way. But watching this week, I'm pretty sure I was right last week and he ain't with her.
No, yeah. I think
Okay. Tea the fuck time. Okay. Let me just say something right now. Devin is a showman. This is what this boy does. Okay. So like, yes, it all makes sense. And like, this is my issue that I had today. Cause I was like, oh, I guess I kind of agree with him, which was fucking annoying. But, you know, like with the whole like Tori situation. Yeah. But like for him, I just know this motherfucker. Like, I know that he's like, oh, my story just got a lot better. And like, then the rest of the episode and stuff, like you guys don't understand. We do these things and it's like you do the challenge and then you do the elimination and then you do the interview. So all these motherfuckers that are in there being all confident and saying whatever they have to say, they already know the outcome.
Yeah, after the fact.
And this is what Devin does. And like maybe it's because I've been victimized by Devin Walker, but this is what this motherfucker does. He goes in there.
To be good. I mean, like if you have if you want to come off confident, even though like I've lost, you know, like Maurice, like I lost an elimination, people will be like, oh, you're so cocky. And I'm like, I actually lost and I'm actually just being silly because I can't be cocky. I actually already fucking lost.
Yeah, so, well, it's on the opposite end though this time because Devin is fucking cocky because he thinks he's the fucking shit right now. And he's like, oh, you know, I'm the reason why Tori's going home and I put a vote on her. No, Devin, like let's give credit where credit's due. It's going to Big T, but like, you will get. I guess we're going to the next part, but that's my feelings, obviously.
But do you think that they're together, or do you think that Tori thinks they're together and they're not together?
Are you kidding me? Thank fucking God she went home this episode, because if I had to deal with those two for the rest of the season, that would have been the fucking worst thing ever.
Okay, but
you kidding me? When they peeked their head out of that fucking glass door, I wanted to throw my fucking like drink at the window. I was like, really? This is what they're gonna do all season? Like, let's go! Like, the camera's gonna fucking love it. It's gonna be the fucking they love each other. He knows what he's doing. Don't let him fool you. He's the
Marie, I wish you would open up on these podcasts. you would just unbridle just a little. Just tell us what you really feel. I think.
Yeah, stop holding back so much.
No, Jonny, later we've got receipts of, last week I was bitching the whole time. I hate Devin because he lies to the camera. And I hate when contestants do this. They just blatantly lie to make themselves look better, to manipulate their storyline. Don't fucking do that. We pulled receipts from the challenge when Tori goes home. And we'll blame later. Devin is lying. We have proof. So
okay. Oh, I'm excited.
Although, listen, there's one thing that I have learned on my off time at the challenge, right? And the thing is that only you control your edit, right? So, like, if I went in there and I was a confident ass bitch all the time, I'd be fucking like Tori too. Like Tori, like she beat me in Dirty 30 with this like wrestling match, right? And I literally gathered my friends and family because I like didn't lose that bad. I was excited, like where it was like 5-3. I was like, let's go, motherfuckers. Everybody see this, like I did something, but still, And on TV, they showed it fucking like, fucking, what's it called? When like you get like the entire thing. Like she just knocked me out. Like I didn't do shit.
You just get the clips. You got the highlights.
Not even no highlights.
You got Tori's highlights.
Yeah, Tori's highlights. It was like Tori 5-0, like Marie, and I'm like, oh really, motherfuckers? I'm like sitting around my friends and family, like I swear I got 3. So I feel like MTV has done a really good job of hyping Tori up, but also Tori has like it's all about what you say in your interviews, and like that's what both of these motherfuckers are good at.
Oh, well, by the end of this fucking podcast, you'll be ready, Marie. Don't worry. I have faith.
Oh yeah, because I can really control myself. Clearly.
Yeah. This is such a funny turn for Tori though, because I remember on Dirty 30, she just kept saying over and over again, like, I got to prove it to these vets. Like they just think we're all layups because we're rookies, and now she's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, layup.
It's the way of the world, guys. This is how it goes every season. If everyone could just fucking stop talking about it, that would be fun.
There you go. All right.
That's just, that's where she learned it from. I mean, that's the way. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. It's kind of always been like that. The vets always say that the rookies got to prove themselves. And I mean,
everyone needs an excuse.
I mean, calling people layup isn't very nice. I mean, I understand that, and especially if they are rookies, you haven't seen them compete. So how the hell do you know? But I mean, that's just, no offense, but the rookies complain every year, like, why do you keep throwing us in because we're from Big Brother? Why do you keep throwing us in because we're from Are You the One?
Yeah. They should be celebrating that they got the numbers.
It's just like that's the way the game goes. And, I think because the rookies are getting so much screen time this season that people are actually like paying attention to it.
I don't give a fuck if you're a rookie. I hate floaters and coattail riders or whatever. So to see the rookies make moves, like, I don't care if you paid your dues or not. If you're making moves, I'm with you. I want someone that plays the fucking game.
Yeah,
not that sits back and uses fucking shields.
Yeah. The itty bitty committee versus the big JD committee.
Yeah, I mean, we
got this one now.
No, floating. Ashley's floating. You just said you hate your girl, Jonny.
No. We'll trust me. We'll get to my favorite ever. So next up, we have the scariest fucking challenge we've ever seen, and God bless TJ for saying this is the difference between TJ and Jeff Probst, because Jeff Probst has never said this is the toughest fucking challenge in the history of Survivor ever. And how cool, like, Ashley, what's your? I mean, like, we've asked Marie's, like, he's fucking great. I mean, look at him. Like, Ashley, what's your thoughts on TJ? Do you love him?
Yeah, I mean, everyone does. He's kind of like a father figure to us, even though he's not much older than us, you know what I mean? But like, so when I was out for the 10 days in Iceland, I went to this hot springs, and I ran into him, and it was like running into your freaking teacher. You know?
Oh my gosh!
I like have a bikini on. I'm like, hey, how are you? I was so nervous. I got so awkward. I don't know why. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so weird.
I love that.
It would be weird for me running into you in a bikini, especially after BlueChew. We have a commercial coming up for that later. Don't worry.
Well, before we move on, Ashley, can you tell us like what were you doing for those 10 days? Like hanging out at the Blue Lagoon?
Yeah. I
went to the Blue Lagoon. I went to the Geysers. I went on a date.
So you were chilling. You were drinking a lot. You were not hitting the gym, right?
Eating steak, eating lamb, eating the best salmon I've ever had in my life, honey. Because Iceland doesn't really have COVID. They had like 30 cases, so you don't even have to wear your mask.
Yeah, and Ashley spread it to everybody.
Yeah.
No, because when I came back in the house, I had to be quarantined.
I know, Ash. Don't worry. This isn't the serious podcast.
No, I'm saying, I did have it because I had to be tested again, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Honestly, I've been so many places and I have not gotten COVID.
Yeah.
I currently have COVID as we're speaking, so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Did you think that there was any possibility that you would re-enter the house? Was that on the table?
Really.
No?
No, that never crossed my mind. You know what I mean? I heard that Nicole got hurt because she told me, but I still didn't think anything. And then I was on, a few days, when was it? I guess like maybe 4 or 5 days before one of the top producers texted me and asked me. And she's like, but I'm not sure. It's probably not going to happen, but just in case. I'm like, yeah, for sure. I mean, if you need me. And then I was on my way to the airport, dude, and I get a phone call. And I was taking like a midnight flight. So it was like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And it's like the HBIC, like the main producer that like you barely even see on set. You know what I mean? So when she called, I was like, oh my gosh, I you know what I mean? I knew exactly. And she's like, hey, where are you? I'm like, on the way to the airport. She's like, can you turn around right now and come back? And I'm like,
sure can.
Holy shit.
I mean, the taxi driver was like, what the hell? Like freaking out. I'm like, sorry. I don't know how to like explain it to him what happened. But,
were you screaming?
Huh?
Were you screaming like, holy fucking shit, this is the greatest night ever? Or
yeah, I mean, because you got to think, okay, when you lose, it really doesn't sink in until you're on the way to the airport. You know, like, because when you're in the country, you're living, you're traveling, you're drinking, you know, you're not really thinking.
Yeah, I'm still not home. This is fucking great.
Yeah, but once you get on the way to the airport, you realize you're going to have to tell all of your friends, because half the time, you know, you probably haven't told half the people, you know, that you've lost. So you're like, oh, you got to go back to your real life, your apartment, your house, whatever, you know. So it's like, felt like a boulder was on my chest, just so sad and depressed, and just.
Well, there's two.
Shoot up like that, and then once I calmed down, then to be nervous, like, oh my god, everyone's gonna be coming for me. If fucking like as soon as I walk in that house, people are probably gonna be mad.
Yeah, and you were like, bring it, bitches, let's go.
Well, that's actually what I said, because I had to film that entrance a few times before the cast got there, and I was like, what's up, bitches? You thought you got rid of me? But they didn't play that. They made me look nice, I guess.
That was a kick-ass entrance. That looked really cool.
Yeah. So we're told it's the scariest fucking challenge we've ever seen. Next, I'm informed, and everyone else is as well, that Natalie has to leave. My survivor sister. I'm like, no.
So weird of them to do it like that. So weird.
Very strange personal matter. Have we heard what this personal matter is, or?
Yeah. So she did an interview with Us Weekly that came out earlier, and she was pregnant, and I guess was on a video call with her twin sister Nadia, who was trying to get pregnant at the time. And I guess Nadia said, like, I just missed my period. And Natalie joked, like, oh, I just missed mine too. That'd be hilarious if we're pregnant together at the same time, twins. And then the producers, I guess, were like, holy fuck, you have to take a pregnancy test right now. And I guess she was indeed pregnant. And they said, okay, you're not medically cleared to continue. You have to leave. And she chose not to tell anyone in the house anything that was going on. Unfortunately, she has since lost the baby due to a miscarriage, but she seems to be in very positive spirits, and her boyfriend are doing well, was the gist of the interview.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Louise. Wow. I thought I started the podcast on a downer, and then Zack, he decided to one-up me. So thank you for putting me back in the fun guy realm.
They were bringing me whenever she found out she was pregnant, I suppose. They didn't tell me either, obviously.
Yeah.
Wow.
But still, getting past that, let's not forget it. That's terrible. I'm sorry that happened to her. But the way they went about it was really weird. I feel like they could have done something else because I was so confused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was
I love Natalie.
Yeah, it was kind of like when Evil Dick left the house on Big Brother. You're just like, what the fuck just happened? And so I felt like it was a similar deal, and it was like, ooh, like how bad is this? So but then TJ triggers a security breach because 3 people have left outside the crater. And I'm just like, okay, I have not watched enough of the challenge to understand what any of those words mean together in one sentence. But then, lo and behold, Ashley Millionaire Mitchell is back, and I'm just like, holy shit! The narrator that I fell in love with the first episode is back. I have never been happier about a television show in my entire life. Oh my god! Welcome to the show, Ashley Mitchell.
Yeah.
Millionaire Mitchell. Sorry.
Yo, honestly though, Ashley, how good does it feel to be called Ashley Millionaire Mitchell, but by TJ? Like, it's good to have the money, but how good does that feel as your intro?
I mean, I know production probably wrote that in for him to say. I don't know.
No, he doesn't seem like a production guy. I feel like that was off the cuff.
Maybe.
Sometimes he is, sometimes he's not.
Yeah, but no, I mean, when he said that, I was like, shut up, TJ. Don't remind these people. They already fucking hate me enough.
Yeah, right?
I don't feel like I feel like the read of the room was just like, fuck yeah. Like, I mean, like if anyone, I mean, I don't know. Like, I wasn't sure because, I was hoping you were going to last a little longer to kind of see how you integrated with everyone else. And I thought you were in a pretty good spot, maybe not the best spot, but definitely not the worst spot. But then reading the room when you walk back, I'm just like, they like her. Yes, she's not going anywhere anytime soon. I get a narrator for potentially the rest of my season.
Well, it's always going to be hard for me, at least until someone else makes a big move like I made or wins a bunch of money. Like, it's just like, even I talk with production and it's just like, I'm going to have a target on my head, and I probably will for at least another 2 seasons, just like Jonny.
Oh my God, Ashley. Wow.
But now people,
it's hard being at the top. Wow. Like, shut the fuck up. No one cares.
To get along with all my castmates, actually. So I'm sure that, people, I mean, I have fun. I'm fun in the house. I'm always telling jokes and being goofy. So, I'm sure people want me in there for that part of it.
Yeah.
But
she didn't win 2 challenges because her social game is weird. Like she's pretty popular.
Did you notice how much confessional time you got once you came back right here?
I mean, I don't want to brag or anything, but I always get lots of confessionals.
Thank God.
You're
God.
Like there's
here, Fessy again. Jesus Christ.
There's people that are better than, we basically had the last 2 episodes narrated by Devin alone because there was no one else, according to production.
Mm-hmm.
Some people that are naturally funnier. It's like, you don't want to hear confessionals from people like Fessy and Casey. It's just like, they're nice and they're great people, but they're not like cracking jokes, being silly. They're not like, you almost have to be like a comedian in that bitch.
Yeah, like they on Survivor they'd pull me aside. They're just like, hey, like, here's. I'm just like, cool. I'm just like, give me the bullet points. So I was like, this, finish on a one-liner, and they're just like, perfect, thank you. And then like we had the merge, so the other tribe's production team came in. And so they're like, fair play, just say this word for word. And I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
And
so
they're
weird
like,
when they do that. So weird.
And I'm just like, I'm leaving right now. I'm just like, I don't quote word for word. Like,
that joke does not slap, miss.
There's 8 other people that are not funny that can do this for you all day long. I promise.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why the Big Brothers do good confessionals, because those are so scripted.
Well, it's hard. That's when you can tell a good production. Like, a good producer will get you to be funny without telling you exactly what needs to be said. You know?
And you can see the people, you know, that get the, you know, 3 confessionals per season. You can tell because they're just like,
Fessy?
we were on the side of a cliff and it fell.
Yeah.
It's like, what? I think you used the words out of order, but
Yeah.
close.
So Ashley, as you're coming back into the game, were you given any intel about what had happened, who was gone, who was going to be there? What did you know walking into that?
Well, honestly, a little bit because Nicole had DM'd me and tell me she had got hurt. So I knew that. I don't think she told me too much more than that. But then also, I got to see Nelson before I went back in.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Nelly.
Nice. And did Nelson tell you go in and fuck up Fessy's game?
I didn't tell him I was going back in. I didn't know. So he went home before I went back. We just hung out like one night. So yeah, I didn't even know I was going back in. So
okay. Did you see Wes?
I literally told nobody because when it comes to stuff like that with production, I get nervous and I don't want to test them because I don't want to be the, you know, I don't want them to say never mind now that everyone knows. I was like that when I won the $1 million. I literally only told my mom, but of course it all got out. But honey, I was scared. I was like, I don't want to lose 1 cent of this, you know, and they'll fine you if you do. So.
Oh yeah, no, okay.
It's good to know MTV does have some rules because this is our first season covering the challenge, and I've just been amazed. Like, you're on the season, we can talk to you. There are spoilers out there of literally everything.
I know, but the thing is, they really think it's castmates, but I know for a fact it's not because when. Like,
they think it's fucking me. They think it's me. They call me fucking Pink Rose, bitches. It's so annoying. I swear to God.
Listen, stop calling reality Steve, Marie.
On Final Reckoning, they wouldn't give me my phone for like 2 days after everybody else because they thought I was fucking Pink Rose. And then it was out while everyone else was there. I was like, I don't have my phone, assholes. I was like, what did I do?
I mean, like my mom, when I lost this season, my mom like had already texted me before I got my phone back. So, and I was the first one out.
Yeah.
So,
there's someone
in production. That's the only option. I mean, there's no other option.
Yeah.
I'm thinking reality Steve, you know, has $100 here and there.
Okay.
Anyway, that's $100.
Listen, back to this challenge though.
We have to get back to this. So this challenge is called Agent Down. And I feel like the itty bitty small committee has an advantage here because they're fucking smaller.
Yeah.
So I don't care how big your titties are. If you're smaller,
if your ass is big, you're kind of
yeah, your ass is big. You are not helping the guy that's going to help you. So and what Michi, you should have tapped out before you began, brother.
If I was Tori, I would have been like, Devin, you hang, motherfucker. We're not gonna win this. You hang off the side of it. Look out of here.
I should have thought of that. Like, okay, we're not gonna win, so why don't you just go ahead and hang?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a screenshot of Jay and Teresa, and her feet are in the louvers thing. Were you guys allowed? What's that?
I've got it right here pulled up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay, but here's the thing, and let's just be honest. I mean,
if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Agree with me. If you're not cheating on this show, you're not trying. That's what we always say. So I'm not gonna. I mean, if you are smart enough to find a way around it and you don't get caught, I mean, that's the way we play this game, and that's just the truth. And if you're not playing like that, then
were you guys told?
There are no rules.
Were you guys told you couldn't put your feet there?
No, you're not allowed to. No, because you had to hang.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, they still lost, so.
Yeah, and they still lost.
Maybe they didn't. Maybe they're just like, okay, her feet were in there. We got to give it to fucking CG.
They would have yelled because, believe me, honey, I'm one who's always pushing the boundaries with the rules.
Yeah.
So, believe me, I was trying all kinds of different stuff, and if they see you, they'll say no, because I was trying to put my armpits up on there more so I could kind of like hold myself up. And they were like, Ashley, drop down lower. I'm like, what? No, this is good. Like, I'm always the one trying to like fight with them back. I'm like, no, what? They're doing it. You know?
Yeah, she's always doing points.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine the girls hanging, not yelling, saying her fucking feet are in the thing. No,
Well,
like.
Well, they're not looking at her feet, Johnny. They're
They
fucking
didn't notice.
terrified.
Yeah, everyone's freaking out probably. I mean, I was. I hate heights.
Darrell says there's height shock. Darrell, you are correct, sir. There is height shock. Fuck this. It looked as though the guys were harnessed as well, like a much smaller harness than the girls. But I'm just imagining, like the girls just like, if I'm going, you're going with me. I'm like, fuck the fucking I am. Like, you dead.
What were you planning on doing to your partner that they want to throw you your death?
So no, like I'm just I everything about that. I'm just like, TJ, you're right. This is the scariest fucking challenge ever. And fuck you. Fuck this challenge. Like I hated watch. I loved it / hated fucking watching. I'm scared of heights. And this was the fucking worst. And Jesus Christ, hallelujah. You are an amazing woman for being there for, like, as I said, I would have said, that fucking SUV looks great, and we can talk about me re-entering the game as soon as this shit is done.
Well, see, when I saw it, I thought it was going to be trivia. So I was just stoked because I'm like, I'm always good on trivia. So I'm like, yes, And then we got out there, and Corey didn't even get his rope all the way out. And I thought he was like trying to sabotage me because he's the only person who did not get his rope. And he's definitely not the fucking weakest guy. So I'm like, and he's definitely used a lot of like the ropes, but I guess he wasn't trying to sabotage me. I was paranoid Pam,
What were your thoughts being partnered with Corey to start off coming back in?
I honestly don't mind it because I've worked with him on Rivals 3. So we've been partners for a whole season. And then I worked with him in the final Invasion one day. So I know that he can put up with my craziness. I know that he's good at like cheering me on. Like, come on, honey, come on.
They're from the same Real World season.
And we're from the same world.
Oh, okay.
That's your boy.
He was my only friend on my Real World season, pretty much. So like, he's all right. But
you hit the agent partner lottery. For you, I mean, like,
yeah. I guess so, but I mean, not really. He doesn't have any alliance members. I mean,
well, that part sucks, but otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there could be someone that hates you being like, hey, I'm gonna fucking sabotage. Like, you could have Devin not liking you.
Yeah, but no one would dislike me that much in the house, and plus they probably would like to have me because I'm pretty good at, I think that I'm a good partner. I work well with others, and I do pretty good on the challenges, and I have won. So
you're hired.
Yeah.
I think that people would like, but I mean, I don't know. I get paranoid Pam, so I think everyone's out to get me.
Can I just say something? I'm so grossed out that you just said you could have Devin hating you. Like, that makes me so fucking angry that people need to be worried about this motherfucker. Like, get the fuck out of here, Johnny, and your fucking fan shit.
Okay. Hey, I have a question. What if you had shown up, Ashley, and I was out there? They're just like, your partner's Johnny Fairplay. Would you have just walked back?
She would be like, who?
So excited. I've been like, we're gonna run this.
Well, we would not have done well on this challenge, but going forward, yeah, we would have been fine. I think. I think once they burn this one, there's nothing like this. I think we're good.
Yeah. I don't like it either, but I was a lot less nervous for this one for some reason. I like when everyone has to do the heights at once instead of when you're just up there by your damn self or like with your one partner. I don't know why it gives me some type of, and I was just so nervous about wanting to win and being back in the house. I wasn't even thinking like as much as usual. I'm usually like literally freaking out. So yeah.
That's so badass. I love it. I love it. And I think you're right. I think feeding off of everyone else's fear, energy, and everything else. I mean, like.
Well, and also with all the rookies there too, I hate being like the vet that's being a
pussy.
Yeah.
What if you're a vet that sells their pussy, like Devin?
Yeah.
If I was a vet, I would be a pussy, and they'd be like, "Oh man, this is not good."
All right, Johnny. All right.
Yeah, all right. On this challenge, I have to address. He says he doesn't want to injure himself on this challenge, so he's not going to go very hard. You're pulling a rope. Okay. Sure. Devin did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Listen, he knew he wasn't going to win, and honestly, he did what probably everyone else on the show would do. He's just good at interviews, and until they fucking get another guy with a fucking personality in this fucking house, unfortunately, he's going to be our narrator. You guys, Jonny, I know you love that.
Yeah, once you get into that, like Marie's saying, once you get into the interview rooms, like you're never. People have, especially on this show, have too much ego to be like, listen, I know that I'm not going to win because I'm not as strong as these other guys, so I'm just not really going to try that hard. You know what I mean? But that's probably what he should have said. Or like, last season when people voted for me, they're saying, because of the fight with Maddie. That wasn't the fucking reason. It's because you don't want to go against me in the final. And that's just, let's be honest. And that's what I said in a few podcasts now that, people just, and I do it too. Everyone does. We all have a little bit of, an ego, and you're not going to just get in there and be like, well, I suck, so.
Well, that's where I'm fucked up.
Yeah, I suck really bad, and I don't feel like really trying today, so fuck it. I just didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm pretty good at a self-deprecating confessional. So
yeah, unless you're always self-deprecating, because then they will self-deprecate you too.
Yeah. Right. So the first heat starts. Nam is a machine, no shocker. Devin allegedly not trying, but Jay is the first to pull his rope. And
let me find out that Jay could pick me up, bitches. I fucking love him.
Really?
I don't know. Do I not love him? You tell me.
Yeah, I mean, he's really nice. Yeah.
He is. Nice. He's my survivor brother.
How little are we talking? Is he like my height little or like a little bit bigger?
He's smaller than you.
I think he's like a little bit taller.
No, I don't think so. I think he's
I'm 32 years old. Beggars can't be choosers, bitches. What's his fucking?
How tall are you, Marie?
I'm like 5'6", 5'7".
He's like right there.
No, he's like 5'8" or 5'8". I'd say 5'9" because I'm over 5'7", and
a guy who can make you laugh can make you do anything, including.
I'm 5'8". I feel like he's 1 inch shorter than me.
He might be actually, yeah.
All right. Either way, Jay's strong. I like it.
Well, he's
or Teresa was cheating, right? That was her partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So either he's strong or she was cheating, but whatever.
Yeah, but he's also like, I mean, like if as I said, we're Survivor alum together, and and I've followed his Instagram for years, just because that's what you do with your friends. And like his Insta story, like, he's always rock climbing or, indoor rappelling and stuff.
Yeah, he does a lot.
So like that's a hands thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I've been trying to work on, a little stuff to strengthen my grip because
Same here.
Just start hanging off the bar, Ash. That's what I do.
Yeah.
2020, I killed it.
The bar for your life, more like it.
I was happier than a puppy with 2 peckers. It's a good year for me. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means either.
So, shockingly, Tori and Anissa were the first to drop, and Jay and Teresa won the first.
This is why I've always had a problem with hanging challenges, because my ass is heavy. Of course, they're gonna drop first. It's a lot harder when your ass is fucking not equal to your fucking top.
Hey, Marie. Marie,
sorry, I'm getting angry again. I'm doing this again.
Marie,
sorry, I think it's personal.
Marie, drop it like it's hot. All right.
Honestly, I did the busted challenge with my cousin 2 days ago, and I can't fucking walk, so I will not drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. All right. So what? Heat 2. Corey not in time. Come on, man. But Fessy is first to drop right after that. Shockingly. Then we have the moment. Then we have the moment. My second favorite moment of the show. Of course, Ashley, your return, number 1, first and foremost, no contest. But afterwards, Big T smiling, like CT's like, come on, just show me a smile, and just like, just like, give me a grr. And so my heart melted, right? I'm just like, anyone that is rooting against these 2 people right now.
So perfect.
Go away. Leave planet Earth immediately. If you cannot root for these 2 right now, you're insane. That was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it was super cute.
And later when she's flashing it to TJ, the mean face, I love it so much.
Oh, so no, casting. Wait, whoever thought that, what show was Big T on before? Shipwrecked. Yeah. Whoever thought, hey, we should get someone from Shipwrecked for the challenge. Whoever thought that, kudos, because I would never have associated Shipwrecked with a potential challenge contestant.
Yeah.
That
My lips
UK
look really big on this.
USA UK season brought in a lot of a new wave of the challenge because we have a lot of UK people now, which is crazy. It's just like a constant thing that we do now.
Yeah, we're cultured and shit now.
I mean, Korean, a lot of UK people. I mean, they all these girls look like supermodels and have cute accents. I'm like, go back home. No, just kidding.
Kyle's probably pissed. Like, you're the only one. What the hell?
I know, right?
Yeah, no, I'm so glad to see Big T blossoming as a character, though. I worried after last season. She was hilarious, but then she like drunkenly cuts her foot, has to go home. And I was worried like we were maybe not going to see her again. She was not going to come out as the character I hoped her to be. And this episode was awesome. This solidified. I think she's here to stay on the challenge. She's awesome.
I love her, yeah.
For sure.
And with that, Big T and CT win, and by less than 5 seconds, allegedly, according to rumor and innuendo. And with that, let's take a commercial break.
Yes.
Now that the holidays are over, it's all too common to set health goals that never actually stick. New Year's resolutions of the past, we're looking at you. And when it comes to eating better and consuming less sugar, let's be honest, most healthy snacks don't taste very good. They don't fill you up, and they certainly don't satisfy your cravings. This episode is sponsored by Monk Pack, who make snacks that taste like our favorite sugary treats, but with 1 gram of sugar or less.
Monk Pack Keto Granola Bars contain just 1 gram of sugar, 2 grams of net carbs, and they're only 140 calories.
They're great for anyone following a keto lifestyle, but also the perfect snack for anyone who is trying to eat better or cut back on sugar and carbs without sacrificing taste.
Yeah, I am a huge fan of these bars. I start my morning off with one every day. I mean, I can get lazy. I like to set some health goals for myself. That's my big focus in 2021. I'm watching shows like The Challenge, and I want to be a beast like CT. I need these Monk bars to start my day because they give me the energy and the power to push through some tough workouts, and I'm a huge fan.
I think CT could have used the Monk Pack keto granola bars. I mean, they have soft and chewy texture. They come in delicious flavors like coconut, cocoa chip, maple pecan, and my favorite, peanut butter.
Ooh, they're so good, and they're perfect for a quick breakfast, a snack between Zoom calls, or a late night treat that you don't have to feel guilty about. In addition to being keto-friendly, the bars are also gluten-free, grain-free, plant-based, and non-GMO, with no soy, trans fats, sugar, alcohols, or artificial colors.
Hey, they taste incredible, and you can't beat the low sugar nutrition or taste that they provide. And by shopping online, you can avoid another trip to the grocery store by getting Monk Pack delivered right to your door.
Try it for yourself and you'll see. And we have a special deal for our listeners. Get 20% off your first purchase of any Monk Pack product by visiting monkpack.com and entering our code SURVIVOR at checkout.
Yeah, and Monk Pack is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll exchange the product or refund your money, whichever you prefer. So to get started, just go to monkpack.com. That's monkpack.com and select any product. And then use promo code SURVIVOR. They love it when we do that at checkout for 20% off your purchase.
Monk Pack, delicious, nutritious foods you can count on, and we thank them for sponsoring Reality NSFW. Listen up, fellas. 2020 sucked. It's the new year, which means new balls with our sponsor, Manscaped. Manscaped is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming, offering precision-engineered tools for your family jewels and helping 2 million men all over the world get rid of the hair on their balls. If you let yourself go in 2020 while in quarantine, well, Manscaped is here for you to reboot and stay clean and shaved in 2021.
2021, I'm showing off my freshly trimmed balls, my freshly trimmed shaft, and of course, my beautiful butthole, thanks to Manscaped.
Manscaped is here to give you a fresh start in 2021 with their Perfect Package 3.0 that has all the right tools for the job. Come out of quarantine with clean balls thanks to the Lawnmower 3.0, This waterproof and skin-safe trimmer will reduce nicks to your two best friends. The 3rd generation trimmer even has a light to give you the glow up you need in 2021. It's also time to freshen up down there this new year. The Crop Preserver is an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer. You already put deodorant on your armpits. Why are you not putting deodorant on the smelliest part of your body? And for on-the-go freshness, you'll love the Crop Preserver Ball Toner Spray. 2020 was awful, so make sure your boys are refreshed and ready for new beginnings in 2021.
Manscaped even threw in their shed travel bag to keep all your goodies stored comfortably. Zack, did you notice we were at Hearts of Reality a couple weeks ago? What's there on the bathroom counter? My Manscaped shed travel bag, of course.
The only way to travel.
The only way. And speaking of comfort, the Manscaped anti-chafing boxer briefs are also included and are hands down the best underwear that you'll ever wear. But when you take them off, clean balls. It's great. A guy with hairy balls is like the year 2020. Don't be that guy.
Get 20% off and free shipping with the code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you.
That's 20% off and free shipping with the promo code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use promo code SURVIVOR. Happy New Year to your balls. And we're back. Ashley, I don't know if you heard, but I am freshly manscaped. Marie did not need to know that. That's why she's not back yet. So,
I need to add a running counter to this podcast. How many times Jonny has hit on Ashley? I think we might be at like 30.
Have I hit on you, Ashley? That's weird. It seems out of character for me. Did I mention how great you are at narration? I just want to throw that out there. And,
really? I think so too.
And I would like to reference a text exchange between Zack, Marie, and myself, in which they said when we get married that they expect a full bar, no.
Of course.
And I said I'm marrying a millionaire. Why would it not be? So. And with that,
Exactly.
what did we think about the CT and Big T win? Is everyone happy? Was that like for a momentum shift in the house? I think as a viewer, that's what we all were rooting for.
You know what? When Big T did her interview prior, saying like she's not gonna, because I rewatched it, so she was saying that like she's not gonna win the challenge. She's a star, man. You know, she went into that interview and she played it up, and I'm so happy that they found her.
Yeah. But is this the best case scenario for the viewers at home for a shift in momentum?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it was getting boring, and I mean, in the house too. I mean, everyone was just waiting for the chance to like go after Tori and Anissa. So like that was, I mean, everyone was pretty much wanting that, because I mean, even some of their own friends were thinking that they were walking around with kind of big heads or whatever.
Well, I mean, the early narrative of the show was that, hey, we're kind of rooting for Anissa. You know, she's done so many of these. You know, let's get her one so she can, you know, retire happy. I mean, like, I think it's a much better story with Leroy, but you know, to each his own. But another potential story is Anissa finally getting her win and potentially riding off into the sunset. Did that narrative kind of change in the house? Because it felt like everyone was kind of on board with that, you know, to some degree. Did that change at this point? It's just like, you're a little big in your britches at this point.
I think that's what it was. Yeah. You know, as soon as I got back into the house, everyone, I mean, because now, Marie, they're doing ice on the bus, like hard ice where we can't say a damn word on the bus. So everyone is like looking at me like, oh, I have so much to tell you. And just like, everybody like in there was, you know, and Tori was even like, well, like every side of the house was, because I guess they had already had close numbers, you know what I mean? So when I came back in there, it was like nerve wracking, like,
Yeah, you were being recruited.
Yeah, I was like and I didn't know what to do. I'm like, fuck, what side do I pick? I don't know who's got the power.
Yes, you do, Ashley. You always know what side to pick.
Hey, just lay low for a minute. Ain't no reason to start playing the game at like, you know, if you know, you're
I mean, I was just trying to get in with the numbers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
the best way to figure out the numbers is to go to the bar. And you guys did that.
yeah.
that is a good way to figure it out.
Yeah.
And
But
we did
no,
at
Marie,
the bar.
I'm telling you this, like, it has changed. Like, this season, people are just, like, straight up, like, politicking, like, Big Brother style to people at the bar, like, making it very freaking obvious. Like, okay, like, I see that night, Tori, oh, my God, I wish they would show more of this stuff. Tori politic to I'm not joking, she pulled aside every single buddy, and we all watched it. Like, dude, we see you, like, you look like you're scrounging, like, it was really interesting, and I wish they would show more of that instead of
I'm really interested in her not having any fucking idea that nobody likes her. Like, how can you be so fucking like narcissistic that you don't realize that nobody fucks with you in this house? Like, you're gonna go up to Big T and tell her that you want to put one of her friends in? Like, stupid. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, and I think she was doing a lot of dumb stuff. I think she was just panicking. And so she was doing a lot of dumb stuff. I mean, and we were all sitting there watching her, and people were coming back and like talking to each other about what Tori just said to them and then what she said to them. It's like, you can't make promises with everybody in the house because we're all watching you do it. Like, we're watching you make promises to everyone, and you can't keep freaking 30 promises.
Yeah, was her politicking about trying to get a skull, or was it about trying to gain numbers?
I think it flopped when she realized that she didn't have the numbers to at least getting somebody easier. You know what I mean? I think she was trying to do both. And I know how, I mean, I panic too. I do when I know that the numbers, I mean, not all of us, but me and Marie definitely do. But you know what I mean? You kind of like, you're like, damn it, what can I do? So
if you're playing the game, you play with the cards that are dealt. I mean, like if you're on the, you know, if you're sitting there with a 3 and a 5 offsuit, you're just like, ooh, let me work a little harder here to, you know. So I thought it was obvious that, like, you know, I don't know if it was the drinking or the running from person to person. Tori had a really shiny face by the time she approached Big T. I mean, like the shiniest face of anyone I've ever seen in a bar. Like that's the girl you're like, she seems the easiest to talk to right now.
What?
She was a little sweaty, Marie. Little shiny face.
She was putting in work. I'm telling you, she was running all over that igloo like it was a freaking track. And you know, she was drinking a lot more this season. And past seasons with Jordan, I don't think he really let her drink or something. I mean, because they weren't really drinking. So I haven't really done a season with her, you know, by herself. So seeing her by herself was just different.
Actually, I have to ask you, was she single on the show?
No, she had a ring on. Everyone thought she was with Jordan. Yeah, I mean, when I got back in the house, that was one of the dramas everyone wanted to run and tell me, like, oh my God, they've been all over each other. You won't believe it. And I'm like, who? Wait, what? And they're like, oh,
wait. I think we forgot a part.
What?
Somebody had a little makeout sesh on this episode under the towel.
Who?
I don't know.
I didn't see anything on the episode about that. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I made out with Fessy.
Is he a good kisser at least, or is he a terrible kisser too?
No, he was a good kisser.
All right, at least he got.
You made out with Fessy on this episode?
They don't show it, but yeah, he brought it up on the challenge podcast, I suppose.
Oh,
wow. All right.
Yeah, that was a big rumor going around the house that night too. So I was really glad that it was going to be Anissa and Tori going against each other, because they were kind of acting a little shady after that, because I didn't really know that him and Tori would fallen in freaking love, I guess, from the way he's speaking about it, you know, because I wasn't in the house. So I just heard that they were all flirting with each other and, like, I don't know, giving each other massages, or I don't even fucking know what everyone was saying. But so I didn't really think anything of it, but they definitely had some type of, like, feeling towards me for sure, animosity, because I just felt the vibe. You know when you feel that vibe. And I'm like, sorry, I was really drunk and I don't even like him. So whatever, he can have him. Oh, wait, you're already engaged. So that doesn't work.
But I guess it does. But I guess it does.
But I mean, he also makes out with, or no, I don't know if they make out. That might not be true. But he like also is flirting with Gabby. So
Yeah, that was last week.
oh, okay.
Yeah, she shut him down.
Oh no, that's coming up too. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. Spoiler alert.
Fessy gets worse? Are you trying to tell us? Does Fessy get worse? Because that's annoying.
All right. So, what's your philosophy on drinking during the challenge? Like, it's
The more you can get in, the better.
okay. All right. Fair enough. What's your philosophy on Josh drinking in the challenge?
He starts to get a little bit brave, but I think he also knows that he likes camera time. So he knows if he throws in a little bit of drama, he's going to get that camera time. And camera time gets you a callback, you know?
There you go.
Yeah, and I have to say something that, like, honestly, we're all there. We all have big personalities. You know this, Jonny. And, like, you're just, like, especially in the challenge house, it gets boring. Like, sometimes you just got to start shit.
No, sure. I mean, yeah, like, sometimes you just get bored. Like when I started that with Turbo and Jordan on season 34, I'm like, everyone's like, oh, that was a gameplay. I'm like, honestly, I was just bored and sick of Jordan's mouth. Like, honestly, that was like literally, I was just bored. Sorry.
Yeah, and like if someone's not going to call them out, then nobody is, and then it's really the worst thing, right? Because like Jonny said before, like everyone there's someone on the show that you connect to, whether it's Devin or whether it's Fessy, whoever you think you're similar to.
Yeah.
You know, that's the situation. Yeah, everyone has to be themselves, and if he's emotional, let him be emotional.
And it doesn't even have to be someone that you see as yourself. It could also be someone that's just like, that reminds me of my high school girlfriend. That reminds me of my boss. That reminds me of my arch enemy. You know, like it doesn't have to be you, but I think it also helps if you find you. So, and I think you can find a little sliver of you when you do find someone that's your arch enemy or that's your ex-girlfriend or that's, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree.
So real quick, going back, Cam says Big T is not a layup. And it's nice of her to affirm that. And
also one thing about Cam, I mean, no matter every challenge that she's been on, whenever she's on a team challenge, she is truly the best partner to have. She's always like trying to amp her people up. You know, as long as they're trying, like Cam is going to give them the props that they deserve, and I love that about her.
She does. That's true. I ran that final with her, the 34, and I loved working with Cam. Even when we just train together and stuff, I like when we go to the gym, like I like training with her because she's like, she pushes you a little bit, but also builds you up. You know what I mean? She's like, come on, don't quit, but you know, speed it up or whatever. But you know, also like good job and stuff. So I really like that about her.
Yeah. Sorry for cutting you off.
Yeah. So we also learned that CT's job is to protect the queen. And how awesome was Big T with bedazzling her face? She had the pink braids and she relished in the moment. I mean, like, you know, like CT had to walk her back a tad, you know, after you know, seeing the deliberation results. But hey, live in the moment and you know, creating the VIP section, I thought was a really cool deal.
It's always fun when your friends win, you know, you're safe, you know, and you're getting ready. Yeah, when you're getting ready for the night and, you know, all the girls are in their hair and makeup and well, they give us beer and like wine while we get ready, but you have to beg for it. I'm the one always.
It's like the soup kitchen.
No, it's like, help me, feed me some. Can I have one beer, madam, please?
Yeah, that must have sucks because usually you can go out to the bar and just buy your own drinks. But were they still managing the drinks because you guys were kept in this house the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
No wonder why there's no drama.
But no, we got pretty. They had a lot of vodka in that little bar, dude, and we got pretty lit. I mean, the day of the elimination this week, that day, I was so fucking sick, yo. I was like projectile vomiting. I was so hungover. I was literally laying on the bathroom floor. Josh Martinez brought me Advil. Like everyone was coming, rubbing on my head, asking me if I was okay. I was like, I really don't think I'm going to make it. I mean, I have not had a hangover because they buy the cheapest freaking liquor ever.
Of course,
Oh, it's so bad, dude. And so, I mean, I have not had a hangover like that. I mean, ever. I mean,
since last season.
It was bad. It was bad. I mean, everyone felt bad for me, even production. I mean, they were like bringing me water. People were bringing me food. Like everyone. I was dying.
I think it was just from making out with Fessy. That's just
I bet that's what it was.
Oh, there we go. All right, well, we're in agreement there.
I woke up, remember what I did, and I projectile vomited everywhere.
Yeah, it happened.
Ashley, you had a really good read on Big T in your confessional where you're talking about, she can pull this off where she seems fun and silly and goofy, but there's so much behind this. And like you talked about how much strategizing was going on there, it was like she was holding court. Every person came up and kind of kissed the ring and told her what their game plan was and talked to her and then moved along. We saw her having one-on-ones with like everybody. So it was great.
Yeah, it was really smart, and that bubbly personality I think is always good to have because sometimes people don't take you as seriously. Like I think that was one reason people used to underestimate me more, when you come off as this silly person, people don't think you take the game seriously.
I think it's the Southern accent too.
Yeah, maybe that helps. And her British.
I think a lot of people misconstrue a Southern accent for lack of education. It's just like, think that, motherfucker. Watch me smart my way fucking past your fucking hoity-toity non-fucking Southern ass.
I still think that when people say I'm like a big threat, and I'm like, fucking where though? Like I still don't see myself like that, So it's like when everyone's
humble queen.
I'm like, now I'm like, but I'm just a sweet little girl. Like I'm not doing anything bad. Why do you want to send me home?
Well, that's also because Ashley doesn't get the credit that she deserves. Agree? That's why. Well, if people give you the credit,
if your middle name is Millionaire, I think you're getting some credit, Ashley. I got to be honest.
I can't complain too much. I mean, I definitely have been getting better edits recently, and I've got some people flip from hating me, but I've been the villain in a lot of seasons, so believe me, I'm used to getting tons of freaking hate. And
every show needs a heel, Ashley.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't mind to be the villain, honey. My paycheck is doing A-okay. So if you want to make me be the bad guy, that is fine.
Yeah.
Do you think
in real life they're like, oh my gosh, you're so nice? I'm like, God, how do I come off on TV? My goodness.
Right?
Do you think Big T abused her power, in the or do you think she played it perfect?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she abused it. I think she was kind of being silly too,
Yeah.
It wasn't all that, but I think it was a little bit of both. So, and I think people knew that. I don't think.
I thought it was funny when Tori came up to her because it was just like, cringe city bitch. Like, it was like, oh.
Just the worst read I've ever. I mean, as I said, like you saw her shiny face. So as I said, either she was running laps or she was fucking hammered. But she was just like, yeah, I just think, basically like give me your friends to eliminate was basically her pitch. I'm just like, ooh, not a
know your audience, Tori.
I mean, maybe if it was someone playing the middle, Jay and Teresa's, like, okay, I can hear that argument.
I guess Teresa is playing a better game than they're really showing because she was working with both sides. Major Tori and Anissa came out saying like how close they were working together when she was over in our room plotting against them, a lot.
She gave the eye roll on her throwaway vote. She gave the eye roll as in, yes, I'm doing a throwaway vote, but it ain't really to help you. It's just a fucking throwaway vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like from the preview that's going to be the plot of next episode is what has Teresa been up to, because she's been pretty quiet so far.
Yeah, well, they were very smart to show that eye roll after that conversation, and I don't think that was a throwaway conversation. So that eye roll, I think, in Latin there's a phrase "cum tacet clamat," silent they speak, and I think we definitely saw that.
You have so many random fucking facts.
I love it.
What podcast is this? We're doing Latin now?
I'm trying to impress.
And right. Jonny went on Ashley and he looks up some Latin phrases to memorize.
I took 7 years of Latin, Zach. Thank you very little.
You start speaking French to me.
I don't speak French, but I do kiss it. All right. Next,
That was quick, Jonny. That was quick.
my stepdad said I was the best kisser in my family.
And next.
All right. KC puts Fessy and Josh back together. Let's give kudos to KC because holy moly, that was a lot of work to do there. And it seemed like she did it effortlessly.
I don't really think that Josh was mad at Fessy. I don't think that Josh actually wanted to go in. I don't think he was mad at Fessy at all. Josh did not want to go against Nelson. I think that was just that's
opportunity.
That was just a good. He knew that Fessy didn't have anyone anyways and needed him. So he's like, yeah, I can pretend like I'm mad at Fessy, look like a badass. Like,
okay,
yeah, that's my opinion. But.
All right. Next in my notes, so happy Ashley is back as our narrator. All right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Happy to read that. So then it's time for deliberations, and shockingly, after deliberations, Anissa and Leroy are compromised. Oh man, who would have thunk it? Despite the weak politicking by Tori, it appears that all was for naught. And so we go to our Crater Challenge, Asset Destruction, the first to 13, throwing balls after you pull a wagon and tilt it over. Seems very easy. Maybe not. We shall find out. And so we find out it is indeed, it is revealed to everyone that it is Anissa and Leroy that are compromised. And who are they going to go against? Well, it's got to be Tori and Devin.
Okay, so I wrote down, I don't know what this means, but I basically just I forgot what I was gonna say. I didn't actually write it down. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't write it down.
And you guys can expect expert commentary like this each and every week. Press that subscribe button right now at youtube.com/reality.
I remember now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't know who Tori was talking about, if it was Amber or somebody else, but I remember just being like, what the fuck does this bitch say about me? Because like just the way she was talking about people, I was like, what the fuck? Like, chill, bitch. Like, who died and made you queen? Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure Ashley's back.
Well, I just don't ever get cocky in that house because I've seen upsets happen like Jay and CT last season. And to think that you're going to get down there and get something that it's going to be tailored to you, that could be your biggest downfall because you could just be having an off day. That's why I hate the red skull twist because I just hate eliminations. You could get down there, just be having a bad day, lack confidence, just have one mistake that, like her not being able to get that thing over. I think that she probably could have beat Anissa, but for some reason she couldn't pull. If I was down there, I definitely wouldn't have been able to pull that thing over at all. I'm sure of it. So it's like if you get something like that, you're screwed, you know?
I think the key to the wagon was momentum.
Yeah, but she did it. Believe me, it took her. Of course, y'all only see, like Marie was saying earlier, the edited quick version of these.
Yeah.
This took us over about an hour, I'd say.
So she was pushing it back and trying to get the momentum,
yes,
and it wasn't until the final one.
Multiple times to try to get, but she could not build up the momentum. She just couldn't get it.
I don't know. I don't want to discredit Anissa because I fucking love her and I'm so happy that she's doing what she's doing this season because it's about goddamn time. But production is production. So I don't know. Was there any kind of like conversation around that? Or do you think that was a potential thing or no?
What?
Like that they could have maybe fixed it in a sort of way?
I don't think so.
Good. I'm glad. Let's end all of those rumors here. Anissa fucking won.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm positive it wasn't because she finally did get it over. You know, they didn't just flip it for her. So I mean, it's obvious that it was possible.
Yeah.
I think Anissa got the momentum early and just and had the extra weight to pull.
I think so.
And also good for Anissa for going in there and like really trying because I, to my own disservice, like I've been in situations where I've gone against Tori myself where I've completely psyched myself out before I went in there. Like it really is all a mindset. Like you never know who can win this kind of stuff and you should never discredit anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
as a bit of a retrospective on Tori's game this season, Ashley, you were talking about how the skulls changed the game. I think that's ultimately her downfall. I think the show tried to adjust right after War of the Worlds 2, right? They're like, it's too much of a numbers game. It's not enough about competition. We need to make this adjustment. Going into last season, they bring in the skulls. This season, I think Tori shifted her game too much to focus on the skulls and forgot that it's still a numbers game. And I think that somehow the show has screwed themselves if they want big competitors in there in the end. I think they've created a situation where big competitors are going to get themselves out early.
Well, if they keep bringing on a bunch of rookies, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to happen.
Yeah. I think they realized that production, the first episode where it was either going to be me, Natalie, Wes, or CT going home, I'm sure production did not want that. I'm sure they were like, us four are probably, I don't know what Natalie's making, but I know us three are making a lot more than these rookies are making. So I'm sure production's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, we're, one of our top, vets are going to, well, Natalie's not a vet, but she was a top competitor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For having one of these top people go home right at the beginning, what the fuck,
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we see the skulls come back again.
I hope not.
I wouldn't. They always find a way to ruin something.
It's just like, it's part of the game, and the politics is to not go down. TJ used to always say that is the way to make it to the final is not to see an elimination, and that's the truth.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, you're playing a scare game." No, bitch, I want to fucking stay.
I'm smart. Like, why am I playing scared? Because I don't want to.
Yeah.
You could get down there and it could be.
Although Fessy's a scared motherfucker. Okay, so let's clarify.
Do you think if it's not Wes and CT as you and Natalie's partners, that it's a men's elimination on the first one?
Yeah.
I do too.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that if it would have been, if I would have had a different boy partner, it would have been boys day.
Yeah, I think they like you, and I think they like the idea of Natalie. She's not a proven commodity yet, but I think she will prove to be. But I think that
she was definitely a big name.
They're in the Wes and CT business.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, duh. I mean, and I don't blame them for that at all, because
I do.
These guys are making lots of money. They've been on the show for years, and sometimes you gotta take the back seat, and I'm okay with doing that when it's when you have to. It's like when Johnny Bananas won the more money than me. It's like,
when are they gonna give their women the chance? Then you keep fucking setting up these vet men. Like, let's show the women some love. How about that challenge? Because
I think they're
tired of these motherfuckers. CT, whatever. I like him as a person and think he's cool. Like Johnny as a person. I don't like Wes as a person. So obviously this is where my my bias.
Well, I think this season is coming at the women. I mean, coming at what are we on, episode 5?
It's always about the women, though, Johnny. That's the point. The women always run this show, and they always, in some sort of way, there's going to be a point where it's going to make it seem like the guys are doing something. Like, for instance, Devin trying to say that he's, now everyone's giving him credit about this whole Tori situation, or some people are. They're stupid. We don't really care about them anyway. But I think you have nothing to do with that.
Big T got all the credit tonight, but I think in the grand scope of reality television shows, we're 5 episodes in, and I think that the women are carrying this season.
We carry every season, Johnny. That is the fucking point.
Okay, well, you're definitely carrying this season, and I would like to think that the money and the as of right now, I think the edit is showing that, and if there's a disparity in money, then hopefully that could be course corrected going forward from here.
No,
it's not like that.
I don't think that's it. I think
it's just the actual editing of the show. Like the girls are always running shit. Like, even on the last season I was with Ashley with Final Reckoning, our biggest move at the end was to get Johnny Bananas and Tony against Natalie and Pauly. And we put on this whole fucking big show, and then they have fucking Hunter and Josh say some sort of exit interview about how they did it. Like, these guys are fucking dumb. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these games, it's the social skill, and I feel like, the girls in the game have that a little bit better than these guys, because they're all just jocks. You know what I mean? They're not
Yeah. Well, so start
They're
putting
not
some
very many.
respect on their name, MTV. You have a star in Ashley, and you better fucking start acting like it, okay? I want to see Ashley on a fucking poster. Next season, this bitch better be front and center. That's Ashley motherfucking Millionaire Mitchell. Come on.
Oh,
Seriously.
well, I don't care, honey. As long as I'm getting a paycheck.
She doesn't, but I care. I care.
I
For
mean,
you.
sometimes I do. Like when it comes out and I see like all these people, you know, I was supposed to be doing the after shows with them, but I was in Mexico and I couldn't get any of the equipment. So I was supposed to be doing some of that stuff. But I mean, of course, when you see it, you're like, what?
So they can't send a camera to Mexico, but they could send it to the fucking London. Ashley, I don't know about that.
Well, that's what they say.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that people go between Mexico and fucking America by foot every fucking day. So I'm pretty sure if they want to get you a camera, they could.
Listen, we're not trying to run somas across the border, Marie. We're trying to get a fucking Zoom camera to work. All right, it's a lot easier in the UK.
They make it so serious for this after shows.
All right. So first to 13, Anissa wins, and with that win, she takes back Fessy. Oh, how beautiful is that? Only to be followed by my second or third or fifth favorite confessional. I don't know how many confessionals you had, Ashley, but we had Leroy saying, "Aha, Fessy, that's what you get with your bitch ass." I thought that was pretty
Leroy
great.
said that?
Yes.
Wait, professional? I was drinking wine. I must have already been a few glasses in at this point.
Yes. Leroy says, "Aha, Fessy, that's what you get with."
I love Leroy, man. Him and Cam are really cool people.
Who doesn't love Leroy? I mean, like I was telling Marie, like I met Leroy 10 fucking years ago in Vegas. I'm just like, I love that guy.
Yeah,
and he has not changed one. Like nothing's changed. He's the same guy from 10 years ago.
I mean, he's already funny on there, but if y'all just were in the house, he's so freaking funny, and like they don't know it as much as that. I mean, I guess because it's not like storyline or things. He must not just be like the funniest in confessionals or something, but in real life, that dude is freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
I think he saves them up and makes them count. I think he's one of those guys that he sees the confessionals as a job.
Yeah.
So he's just saying what they need to hear, and he's like,
yeah.
But then when he's motivated, he'll like, yeah, I'll call Fessy a bitch ass. Y'all ready? Here we go. Roll tape.
That was funny.
Yeah. Speaking about the confessional, Ashley, you had another really good one during the elimination of when your voice is loud and southern like mine, you have to wait and see who's going to win and then yell real loud. Which is so good.
Yeah. I mean,
very smart.
You can get screwed over, and especially me, I'm very vocal about who I like, so I'm like screaming for somebody, and then they lose, and the other person knows that I obviously don't like them very much, or that I like them, so it's like shit.
No, well, of the females, it was you and Nicole that had the loudest voices, but like they could interpret yours versus Nicole's. So there was that.
I was a cheerleader for a long time, so that's what I'll blame it on.
Oh, wow. You are bringing so many fantasies.
Not that kind of cheerleading, Marie. It's a national champion cheerleader, like throwing girls in the air and doing backflips.
What kind of cheerleader did you think you were? Cheerleader.
An OnlyFans cheerleader? Come on. You have a Patreon.
Wow, you did your research, Jonny.
Thank you.
He's looked at the OnlyFans. He looked for that one first, and he's like,
"Listen, I am fully committed to this relationship. Stop it." I will handle your OnlyFans. Don't worry. Okay, so Casey chooses Leroy. Smart move, and Devin gives her the finger. Well, and now Devin is now rogue. Shockingly, I can't believe no one wanted to be Devin's partner. And in our preview for next week, Lolo finally goes crazy. For those of you that have not watched Lolo on Celebrity Big Brother, she is insane. There's a reason that she's 30 years old and a virgin.
40.
And
all right, that was rude.
She's almost 40. She's 39.
Okay. How old is she?
She's 39.
39 and a virgin. This speaks volumes.
I'm 39 and a virgin too.
Well,
I'm a virgin too.
Weird.
Fourth hole Marie just joined us on the podcast this week. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. I just want to say, if we're wrapping this up, did we get to the end yet?
Lolo finally goes crazy. She goes crazy on Teresa next week. And then we have a 5-mile run with a heavy log. And as soon as I saw this, for those of you that watch professional wrestling, have you ever heard of Brock Lesnar? Brock Lesnar, his training for UFC, he has a telephone pole that he cut in half. And he puts the telephone pole on half the telephone pole on his shoulder and runs 5 miles one way, and then puts it on the other shoulder and runs back. That's his training. And I felt that you felt his woes during this challenge coming up.
It was freezing cold too. It started hailing. They wouldn't let us wear our jackets, and we had to walk through. Or well, you'll see, but we have to like walk through this river too. So it was freaking horrible.
Well, Brock Lesnar lives in Canada, so that's probably the same.
Okay. That same thing then.
Same. So yeah. So
well, before we wrap it up, I promised you seats. I'm going to get a little petty and hate on Devin for a minute.
Okay, I forgot about this. Okay,
here we go.
Time out. Let me set it up.
Please do.
Okay, so what I was saying about Devin being a fucking character motherfucker is that what he does is when he goes into these interviews, this is how he manipulates the stories. And this is what he did to me on X on the Beach. And this is why I hate him so much, because he's able to control the story. And you know what? God bless him for it. You know, at the end of the day, if I didn't hate him so much, I would appreciate him for it. But I am not that person right now. So I want to point out that at the end of the episode, he said that he was not cheering for, he wasn't going to say anything for Tori, right? And I tweeted actually, but I deactivated my Twitter last night because, again, I felt uncomfortable about my tweets. And
it's a weekly thing, Ashley, if you're not familiar.
I know.
Yeah. So I went in and I tweeted, I said, you know, he's 100% going to be rooting for her. It's easy for him to go into an interview and say that he wasn't when she leaves, and that's the story. But I knew that editors aren't that good when they give him his story and compare it to the real story, because you can't put the two together because they're not together. So, Zach, if you can kindly play
Zach
cheering for Tori at the end of the episode.
So here's what Devin says in the confessional.
Tori's cage didn't even budge, so it's time to go back to the drawing board. But am I frantically telling her to do that? No, because I want her to lose.
Try that.
So he's not going to tell her what to do. He says he's definitely not going to help her. But then what's he doing during the competition?
Try this one bottom right while you take a breath. Good job.
Oh, that was Devin's voice.
Yeah. Yep.
That was indeed Devin's voice, and you even saw him talking at the start of that clip for just a moment. So
bottom right stratagem is strategery.
Proved her point.
Thank you. So whatever. I'm happy that Tori has gone solely because that would have been fucking annoying. He's going to be fucking annoying. He's going to get a lot of interviews because apparently the show doesn't know how to cast male characters because there's nobody else who could tell a fucking story in this fucking show. We're going to get a lot of Devin, but at least we got rid of Tori because together that would have been fucking miserable.
Ashley, I'm going to start working out today. I just want to. I'm shopping for Peloton bikes. I think that's stuff.
Yeah, I love Peloton.
I'm pretty sure they only come in one size, Jonny.
Oh, sweet. I am freshly Manscaped, and I will get the BlueChew that week. Should be good.
That's all good info to have, Jonny.
Sweet. Use promo code Survivor. You'll be good. All right. So with that, Ashley, tell us about your Patreon, please.
Yeah, so I just started it, and I'm just like gonna just be posting like behind the scenes secrets, all kinds of stuff about my life. So feel free to subscribe. It's hella cheap, just because I'm just getting it started. So yeah, feel free to go over. I think it's just under Ashley Mitchell, I don't even know. I think it's Ashley Mitchell.
Okay.
So I'll get a link put in the comments for the podcast and the video. I'll get that in right when we're done here.
Sweet. And also for those of you that enjoy this podcast and enjoy the other podcasts that we do on the Reality NSFW network, please check out. We do a weekly series called the Reality NSFW Rewind, in which Karen Eisenberg and Professor Tim from the Circle UK, an amazing character. If you miss Robin Williams, he's alive and well in the form of Professor Tim, and they do the Reality NSFW Rewind, which they're watching Survivor Africa season 3, and coming up next week is Eliza, who is running for the DA of Manhattan, and that she will be on next Tuesday at noon. Also, they did an episode with Jeff Varner in which he talked about his exit from Game Changers. Cried twice during the interview. So if you want to see a really emotional interview, it's pretty amazing. And that's all available at youtube.com/reality NSFW, or the links to everything is at realitynsfw.com. And of course, the best way to support the podcast is to become a patron. Go to adfreensfw.com. Zack and I are watching Australia's version of Survivor. We're watching season 2 from 2017. We're on episode 9. It is actually one of the best seasons of Survivor I've ever seen in my entire life. So if you're going through Survivor withdrawal, like a lot of us are, that's why we're watching the challenge. A lot of us for the first time. Check out Australia's version, and you can catch the links to that and our follow-up podcast each and every week. Go to adfreensfw.com. Also, get yourself a t-shirt at johnnyfairplay.com. With every t-shirt purchase, you get a phone call from me, Johnny Fairplay. Marie and I have matching shirts that we'll be wearing next week. Marie, she can't wait.
I can't do that.
I do not sell Ice Cube sweatshirts. Ashley, do you have a cameo?
Yeah, I do have Cameo.
Okay, what is that?
I've been a lot of cameos recently, and I would try to be pretty funny on there. So,
what is that? Cameo.com/
probably MTV Ashley Brooke.
Okay.
I should know this shit, shouldn't I? Sorry.
You really should. And Marie, do you have a Cameo going right now?
No, we froze my account because I don't respond to people in time.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, I do cameos, and Valentine's is coming. So go to cameo.com/ Johnny Fairplay. Jesus Christ, you guys are killing me with those. And I'm not complaining, but holy moly. I think I need to raise my price. Zack, what do you have to promote?
If you love reality television, check out my novel, Cut Reality. You can get that anywhere books are sold. Amazon's the easiest. But it's a reality TV murder mystery. Johnny helped me research it along with a bunch of other survivors. So I think it's pretty good. Check it out. Awesome.
That's Cut Reality. And check that out wherever you're looking for books. And
I'm definitely going to. I'm like super interested in this book.
I don't read.
Where are you now, Ashley?
Right now I'm in Austin, Texas. I just got back from Mexico.
I've seen that you've been in Mexico. Are you from Ohio, right?
No, West Virginia.
West Virginia. Okay. When are you going back there?
Honey, the day after never. No, I only go back when I have to see my grandma once a year.
Okay. So, well, I'm in Virginia, North Carolina-ish. I'll figure out how to find you in stalkingly ways. Don't worry. Don't make it weird. With that,
good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you guys for having me.
Mwah.
Lucy Nicotine is a company founded by Caltech scientists and former smokers looking for a better and cleaner nicotine alternative. Finally, tobacco alternatives that don't suck.
Researched and developed for 3 years to be made by people, not patients, Lucy's created a nicotine gum with 4 milligrams of nicotine that comes in 3 flavors: wintergreen, cinnamon, and pomegranate. Lucy also has a lozenge with 4 milligrams of nicotine in cherry ice flavor. Each and every flavor actually does taste great, and it's convenient and discreet. Products can be enjoyed anywhere, on flights, at work, on the go, even in the gym. I'm so excited that Lucy is sponsoring us because one of my best friends in the world, he's trying to quit smoking. His girlfriend's been getting on him for years. He's a big menthol smoker, and the wintergreen flavor is a really nice substitute for him that he absolutely loves. So this is the thing that you need to check out if you've been trying to kick your tobacco habits.
I have a family member that's tried the pomegranate, and they say it's one of the greatest tasting gums they've ever had. We're not talking nicotine gum. We're talking any gum. So if you've been discouraged by other nicotine gums, try the pomegranate. And also for the lozenge, the cherry ice is allegedly the best. And you know what? I believe them. But as far as enjoying anywhere, I heard at the gym, you get a little extra bump from the lozenge and from the gum.
Boom. It's 2020. Get rid of your cigarettes, unplug your vape, throw out your dip, and get some Lucy nicotine gum or lozenges. This is the real deal, and a subscription to Lucy comes directly to your door each month. It's so simple, you don't even have to leave your house because Lucy has delivery down.
Reality NSFW listeners, go to lucy.co and use promo code SURVIVOR to get 20% off all products, including gum and lozenges. That's Lucy, LUCY.co. That's right, CO, and use promo code SURVIVOR at checkout. Also, I have to give this disclaimer. Warning, this product contains nicotine derived from tobacco, and nicotine is an addictive chemical. So that's lucy.co, and be sure to use that promo code SURVIVOR, and we thank them for sponsoring the Reality NSFW podcast. Let's talk about something we could all use more of right now. Sex. Great sex. Now look, I love sex, Zach. I don't know about you. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. And I don't like a little bit of sex. I like a whole lot of sex. And so, guys, now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. Listen up, BlueChew.com. That's blue like the color blue.
BlueChew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis.
Now, you can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach, so you can be ready whenever an opportunity arises.
Not only that, BlueChew is made in the USA. It's prescribed online by licensed physicians, so you don't have to go to the doctor or wait in line. It's even cheaper than a pharmacy, and they prepare and ship it right to you in a discreet package. No awkwardness, and you don't even have to leave the house.
Now, if you could benefit from more confidence where it counts, BlueChew is the fast and easy way to enhance your performance. Guys, this isn't me reading ad copy here. This is Jonny Fairplay when he knows action is about to go down. I grab the BlueChew, I peel it open, chew it up, and I go, get ready, we're going to Pound Town. Someone is going over. Someone is winning a championship tonight. That's right. And that could be you, because right now we've got a special deal for our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use our special promo code SURVIVOR. Just pay the $5 shipping. Again, that's BlueChew.com, BlueChew.com. Use promo code SURVIVOR to try it for free. BlueChew is the better, cheaper choice, and we thank them for sponsoring the podcast. And remember, when you support our sponsors, you help this podcast be possible. So please use our promo code SURVIVOR at